Hi there, welcome to VeChain Wyckoff Technical Analysis session. So last week we already shared, or last session, we already shared that the price is getting towards a corner, a tip, that the breakout is very near. And over the past week it has been traded within a narrow range that right now is still staying above the upward trend support line, this yellow dashed line over here. So let's dive deeper and see where it's heading. When I enlarge this, you should be able to see that the price is getting nearer and nearer to this triangle tip. So this is the triangle I'm talking about. And the tip of the triangle shows October 6th, and as always I said it doesn't wait till then to break out most of the time. So we are seeing this kind of platform period, pretty flat horizontal trading, and that's a typical sign before a price is going to shoot up. And we probably can see that somewhere, but it doesn't seem like it had happened that way. Just quickly check. Yeah, here there was a little bit of flat period at that point before the price climb. So right now we've got a longer platform period of 7 candlesticks roughly, starting from late July. And if this really continues, this is given the ascending triangle over here. If we count from late July, if we count bigger, further up the timeline, this will be a pennant. So in any case, whether it's a triangle, an ascending triangle, or a pennant, the breakout is very close. And combining the Wyckoff stage, ideally for the bulls, it should go and test this white line, passes the 0.026 orange key level, challenge this white level of roughly 0.03, so 3 cents, and eventually the yellow and the green. Why I'm putting this buying climax around or between the blue and the purple key levels of 0.055 and 0.068, just because we should hope for the peak to come at least to this range, because that's somewhere between the peak back in December 2024 as well as March 2024. So these I covered in a couple of other altcoins is a good sign, in contrast to the other altcoins where they are not going higher and higher, these climaxes. Those other altcoins are getting lower and lower. So from a long-term value perspective, where you are speculating or investing, like if you try to be a diamond hands, try not to get into those with such a declining trend for distribution cycle peaks. This one seems to be a better choice just from this perspective. Obviously, the project itself, whether it's actively engaging with the community, whether the developer community is also very active, plus there are a lot of other business engagement going on, then combining with the chart, that should be something that you should look for. But then always remember, a lot of these projects are like startup companies, and startup companies do fail a lot. So just be cautious about, especially if you're trying to be a diamond hand for any of these projects. Okay, back to the chart itself. We put in 80% chance to PSY last session, and then 20% towards the spring. This backup last one of support likely is the case, but it's not over yet, so I'm not going to remove the question mark. Here, it's a period after the PSY, so naturally it will be 80% as well, just to make it simple. I'm not going to put the percentage here, but you know, it's going to go past this and then reach the buying climax. And Bollinger Band counter squeeze. A squeeze continues. If I haven't talked about it, I might have. And the daily. It's very interesting to look at this. Okay, that's enough enlarged. So here, still continuing this narrow range, staying above this upward trend line. If we were like to adjust just to cover all the tips, we may have a little bit longer till October 22nd, but still it's only 6 weeks from now. So once this accumulation is completed, then eventually this will go past the orange and challenge the white. And from a daily chart perspective, it will still head to the buying climax, much like what's happening in the weekly. Say it breaks out, just that things happening in the daily chart would be busier. So if I put in a PSY over here, let's say that's more likely. What do we have here? That's 80-20, so 20% towards the spring, 80% towards PSY. So that should be consistent with the weekly. Remember, daily is governed by weekly, so if weekly move towards that direction, daily can only swing within the trajectory of the weekly. And I'll just put a test over here if it ever comes down to this level, because this level is where not only this first test, but also where the selling climax was around. 2 selling climaxes basically. So this is supposed to be a very strong level. If the price really comes down to seek for support, that's where it is. That's around 0.02, about 2 cents. So this over here, just 20% for now. And I'll keep this line at this interval so you know there is intermediate level over here instead of the key levels. So I believe I don't have to explain more. The time is getting nearer and nearer to the breakout. We just need to wait for it to happen, and hopefully is finishing the accumulation cycle and heading towards the distribution. And if you have ordered already put in, that may be the time to celebrate, while it may take a couple of weeks to reach the peak, maybe by end October or early November. Just the hope is it at least challenged the purple key level of 0.068. Thanks for joining me today. See you tomorrow.